Do you ever find yourself watching big DJs dropping insane acapellas over tracks, and you're thinking to yourself, how did they find the acapella? Where do they get all these cool, iconic tracks from? And how do they use them so cleanly in their mixes? In this video, I'm going to be showing you some various methods to get your hands on some insane acapellas. Also, how to prep them correctly, how to make sure they sound good, and how to use them in creative ways in your DJ sets so you can start dropping sick acapellas over tracks, creating live mashup, because trust me, once you start doing it, you can't go back. Acapellas over cool tunes sounds incredible. So let's get into the video. So what is an acapella? Well, for anyone that doesn't know, an acapella is essentially the vocals on a track taken out of the track. So all you've got is the singer. All you've got is the vocals going, nothing else. Now there's a few ways to find acapellas. You can either find them pre-made and available to download, or you can sort of rip them using computer and AI out of tracks that you have the full version of. So first of all, let's start with the pre-made ones that you can download. So we're at the computer now, and here are a couple of sites you can use to find acapellas ready to download, available to use. So first of all, we've got Acapellas For You. Now Acapellas For You has just come back online. It was down for a while. It's back, free to use, and you get 30 downloads a month when you're on the free version like I am. Hit search and then it will look for it. You can also search by genre down the side there. And it's one of the best. It's got a lot of pull. However, they have lost a lot of their stuff when they went down due to like copywriting and licensing stuff. There you go, right there. I can click on that, go there to download King of My Castle. Great acapella. You have to wait 60 seconds for the free version, but what's 60 seconds? Another one that you can use is Vocalit. Now that also went down for a while and has just come back up. This one, you only get 5 downloads a month on the free version, and you can get the paid for version, which is 10 quid a month. I use the free version because I don't download that many from here. 5 a month is fine for me, and also you can only download standard tagged audio files. You can't download professional ones if you're not on the paid for version. So you can search by popular artists on here. You can see you've got all your big artists at the top with iconic acapellas that people are all going to be using. You can search via name, you can search via genre, same as the other website. I use Acapellas For You more because you get more downloads and it seems to have a bigger library, but it's worth being signed up to both because then you're opening yourself up to the most likely chance of getting the acapella you want. But yeah, Vocalit, only 5 a month. Now the other way of getting acapellas that are already acapellas is going to be on your record pools. Now this is going to be a bit harder because record pools don't normally upload a lot of acapellas. You'll only find them for normally massive tracks. So for example here, I've got BPM2 Premium. I've used this before. I'm not currently subscribed, but I have used it in the past. And you can search via acapellas, but also there's a good chance with big tracks, they'll also have acapellas available for those tracks. I've downloaded a few. If you're looking just for acapellas, I don't think Record Pool is your best port of call. You will not find any on Beatport and places like that. If you've got one, it's worth having a look on there, but I don't think you should be signing up for them just for acapellas. Make use of the fact you've got it and use it for normal songs, but if you happen to see an acapella on there, which is really cool, get it as well. Record Pools are another port of call you can go to if you really are struggling to get an acapella. Now, if you can't find the acapella pre-made, it's going to start getting a bit tricky, but because we have AI and computer generated stuff nowadays, it's so easy to get acapellas out if you know the places where to go. So say you want an acapella for a tune that you have in your DJ library already, you want to just convert it to an acapella. One of the best places you can go online is lalal.ai. I've got it up here on the screen, and all you do is upload your file to the website, and once you upload your file to the website, it will generate previews for you so you can listen to it. This one has got really technical over development in the last sort of 6 months to a year, where you can now separate out individual instruments as well. It used to be just acapella and instrumental. Now you can generate just the synths out, you can separate just percussions, just violins. You can really pick apart tracks, which is really cool. You do get some artifacting in those other ones because they're not as good, but it can do it, and that's a big positive. It generates previews, as you can see on the right of my screen here, and I can listen to what it sounds like.
Clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade.
Just like that. So that sounds pretty good, and that's actually from a remix of that song. That's not even the original. So if you want to get that pure acapella, go for the original. It's harder to pick out a remix as you get some more artifacting. But like I said, down the left side there you can see you can process all different kinds. A lot of them are still in beta. But yeah, this is a free service and you get 5 minutes, I think, when you sign up. If you process the entire file, see it tells you here how much it will deduct from your total in the top right. One thing you can do is use affiliate links to when someone else signs up, you both get like a 10-minute bonus. But also there is a paid for version, definitely worth getting if you're going to be ripping a lot of acapellas. And this is great for remixing as well, because you can take a really popular tune, break it down to the acapella, maybe get the guitar out and start doing a cool remix of it. There are also some downloadable programs you can use that do the same thing. These are normally paid for. It's unlikely you're going to get one for free because they go to the desktop and they work really well. I don't have any to hand because I don't use them. I just know they're available and some big producers out there do use them. So once you've got your acapellas downloaded, it's then about the prep and the cleanup before you can play them in your sets properly. The biggest mistakes that people that just start using acapellas do, that I used to do a lot, is you don't prep them correctly. And this is what separates really good acapella use in DJ sets from poor acapella use, if you don't prep them correctly and really analyze them. There are 2 steps you can take here if you want to be really professional, but the middle one can sort of be left out. So what I've started doing recently, especially with complicated acapellas, is I put them into Ableton or any DAW. You can use any DAW. I use Ableton. And what I do is I analyze the track in Ableton and set the BPM so that I warp the BPM so it's closer to my normal DJ sets. If I'm playing always around 124 to 128, and the acapella's at 96, I don't have to keep putting the CDJ up to wide to get to the right BPM range. So if I warp it initially, it means it's going to be closer and I only have to move it plus or minus 6 like I normally do, which is a really good time saver. And also what you can do is cut out the low end, clean up the acapella a bit, maybe add a little bit of reverb, make it sound a bit nicer. But like I said, this step can definitely be skipped for most people because you don't need professional sounding acapellas to make them work in DJ sets. And then 3rd step, you've got to get it into your DJ software. So we're in Rekordbox and we're using my latest acapella that I worked on, which was Say It Right. So there you go, there's your acapella. Now the first things you need to know for any acapella, key of the track and the BPM. Because if you get these wrong, you're not going to be able to mix in key and you're going to be mixing at a weird BPM and set the down. But it's all going to go wrong. So make sure you've got your key and your BPM. Now there's a few ways that people do this as well. You can go to online websites such as songbpm.com. I still use that a lot. It's quite good. But there's always discrepancies between websites of what the key is. BPM not so much, but it's normally key, where certain places say it's like in F sharp minor, then someone else says it's in G major, and then here and there and everywhere. And if you use Camelot, you need a Camelot conversion. So one of the best programs you can use is Mixed In Key. Now it is a paid for program, but my God, is it insane, because it gets the key right the most out of every program. And it pre-analyzes before it goes into Rekordbox, because Rekordbox and Serato and all our DJ software has a good key analysis, but they're known for getting keys wrong quite a lot or being off. So Mixed In Key if you want to get super professional. Otherwise, look up the key online, convert it to Camelot, bang that in, because the DJ software might not have got it right first time. And when you're using acapellas, you want to try and be in key most of the time because it's vocals, and vocals need to sound harmonic in the mix. So once you've got it in, you need to start looking for cool loops and cool parts of the acapella to use. When I do my mixes, I tend not to use the full acapella because I don't want to be playing a 2-minute song over another 2-minute song. I look for cool, iconic parts of acapellas to drop into build-ups of big tunes. So if you take this, for example, this is the iconic part of the track that I just played. So I know I want to loop that because that's the bit that everybody knows. You hear that, everyone goes, oh yeah, I know that tune. And you play that over your track that you want to drop in the build-up, it gets all excited and big energy. People like James Hype do this all the time. It's a great method of putting iconic vocals to lesser known tunes because it means you can play into the lesser known tune but give people something they know when it first comes on, which is exactly what you want to get the dance floor entertained. So look for cool loops and set your loop points correctly and your markers, because it's all about the prep again. So as you can see here, I've got a little hot cue for this vocal intro that sometimes I use, and I've got it also memory pointed in case I don't have hot cues on those CDJs. And also I've got it memory pointed with the loop, and I've got the memory point hot cue as well. So anyway, whether there's hot cues or I need memory points, I can get to those loops in the acapella at the right time. And that's what it's about. You need to mess around with the acapella and look for cool parts of the track. Look for iconic parts. Choruses are a good one, or very iconic sort of verse intros. The last part of the video that is really important is setting your beat grids correctly, because if you do not set your beat grids correctly, your acapella is not going to mix in time with your other track. You're going to be completely off and your downbeat's going to be wrong. I've actually made an entire video on this already on my channel right here on the screen. So go and check that out, because you need to make sure you beat grid your acapellas correctly. If you don't, then your songs are going to sound wrong. So go out there, find some cool acapellas, and yeah, I'll see everybody in the next video.